Day of the 1995 season and a new format for the playoffs. You've got to win one, the semifinal to get to the finals, and both these teams have done exactly that.
Bloomfield has played 4 games in 14 days, and we'll get a chance. Coach Cochran commented a little bit about that to us, but his football team obviously a little banged up. They played an awful lot of football in the last 14 days, and the Chargers, this is their 3rd game in 11 days, so both football teams have had an awful lot of football. You see some of the snow in the background as the Chargers ready to receive. Field was cleared nicely, and it's in good shape. One of the questions will be the wind and how it will affect the football game. Ansonia won the toss. They've elected to receive, so the Bloomfield Warhawks, putting the ball at the 40, are ready to begin this football game for the Class S CIAC State Championship.
And that wind today, a very, very windy day, could possibly be a factor if this is a close game. We shall see. Based on previous times, the first half has been very tough, particularly for Bloomfield in these playoff games. And let's see, they've got the power-packed Ansonia offense. And Bloomfield led by Al Davis, and we'll be talking a lot about him and seeing a lot of him, too, during the course of the game. Ball at the 12-yard line, and a fumble early, and the ball being booted around, and Ansonia's going to recover. Well, let's take it back. They're waiting for the replay on this one.
Looks like Ansonia's going to come up with that one. That one goes on the highlight film of sports bloopers. That's one of the better ones that I've ever seen. Kevin Woods there signaling the Ansonia recovery. The ball is going to hit off and then back to, and I'm not sure who it is who's going to end up with the football. We'll get a number on it for you. Looks like number 48 for Ansonia. That's Jaffer. And then the ball is just rolled out, and we got a kicking match here. Andre Smith kicks it ahead, and then nobody really gets down on it until it get to the pile, and Ansonia ready to go.
Good field position out of the whole thing there as Mike Bernabucci goes through the line. Bring up a 2nd down. About these Ansonia players in the course of the game, and that was Bruce Collins, a linebacker for the Bloomfield Warhawks, making the stop. A 2nd down play, and the pickup was a good 6 yards for the Chargers. Around the left side this time, the trip up by Albert Davis on the carry by number 21, Mike Bernabucci once again.
Bernabucci comes over the left side. You see the fullback with the lead block. Bernabucci picks up pretty good yards. Very close. He's going to pick up that 1st down. Finally tripped up, but 1st down for the Chargers right at about the 46.
Usually we have starting lineups for both teams. Are unable to get the Bloomfield lineup in particular, and we'll tell you about the some of the starters as we go through the course of the game. Bernabucci this time carrying to about the 45-yard line of the Bloomfield Warhawks.
Bernabucci takes the counter, little step, and then comes right up the middle. Whittingham is going to make the stop, number 4 for the Warhawks, but Bernabucci again with good yardage, about 8 yards on that carry. As you get a look at some of those Bloomfield defensive players, they're 10-0-1 coming into this final game.
Well, Bernabucci carried 30 times during that Sheehan game, and he's carrying once again in this one to the 40-yard line, wrestled down by about 4 of the Warhawks, led by safety man Ian Whittingham. So the shuttle.
Again, they come out of the I set. At this time, it's a blast. He comes right up the middle. He goes right over Riley and Alberti. Spins for a couple extra yards before Whittingham and company drag him to the ground. Another 1st down right at the 40-yard line.
9:51 to go in the 1st quarter. There's the handoff. Bernabucci finding some running room off the right tackle slot as he looked to go wide and cut back in a few yards short of that 1st down. It was 33.
Again, they go to the right side, this time over Scarpa, Benjamin, and Froelich, and good lead block by Morrow kicking out allows Bernabucci to get to the outside, picks up about 7 yards. Ansonia going into the wind and just playing straight ahead football. They're staying on the base block, running out of the eye, and following the lead block of that fullback, Chris Morrow.
Luke Richmond, the quarterback, and Coughlin out to the left side. There's the handoff, and it's a couple of yards short of the first down. As the Chargers moving, and a stop made by linebacker Bruce Collins.
Morrow just comes from his fullback position on the little bit of a trap play. Good block there by Jimmy Benjamin as he kicks out. Allows Morrow to pick up about 2. They're a yard short of that first down. You can see the ball there almost at the 30. They need about a yard as Luke Richmond ready to go.
Bernabucci once again.
Did not get it. I don't think he got it. They came out of the power eye. The Warhawks closed down that left defensive side. Watch as they get a pretty good lead block by Gregorio, and then Bernabucci does not get to the down markers as he is thrown backwards. Jason Meadows on the stop as you get a look at Jack Hunt there. Big call here early in this football game for the Chargers. They're going to go for it 3rd and 1. Or excuse me, 4th and 1.
Well, let's see if Bernabucci carries once again. That's the call. That's the first down, and a few more. Good saving tackle on the play. Else he might have been gone.
Looks like Barry Montegro is going to make the stop, but good lead block. You see Morrow and also Gregorio allowing Bernabucci to pick up that first down. They go inside the 25 to about the 22-yard line. First down for the Chargers.
7:47 remains the first quarter. And there's the handoff going up the middle, and a fumble. And the recovery, it appears to be Bloomfield, and that's the indication. And the recovery by Dwayne Gordon.
Straight ahead, the fullback tries to go. You see the ball is going to be stripped there. Goes to the turf. Bruce Collins got a hand in there for the Warhawks, and the recovery, Dwayne Gordon, number 6, and the Warhawks take over inside their own 20 at about the 17.
And Al Davis will be the man to watch. He does most of the running for the Warhawks. There's the give. Davis off the left side, getting about 1 or 2. And the quarterback is senior Ashley Cullen.
Little motion that time across the formation. Number 1, who's going to get the football an awful lot, the sophomore Albert Davis, picks up maybe about 2 yards on that initial carry for Bloomfield.
Chabasco Riley making the stop for the Chargers, coached by Jack Hunt. Out of the I formation and send a man in motion. Lumpkin to the right side. Give it to Davis. And he runs head on into number 22, Andre Smith. 5'10", 163-pound sophomore for the Chargers.
A little bit of motion. See Whittingham coming in motion. The fullback Pinnock trying to kick out. Good job, number 22, closing it down. Andre Smith preventing any big gain. And it'll bring up a 3rd down for Ansonia's defense.
8 to go for a first down. Let's see if they go to the air on this one. Here's the pitch. That's Davis.
Got a lot of people out in front of him.
And he gets that first down and lots more, and caught from behind by Steve Coughlin, the safety man.
Great acceleration. Watch as Davis comes around the corner. Pinnock in front of him gets his guards and tackles ahead of him, being chased down by Winder, but he picks up a first down before Steve Coughlin finally makes the play. And pretty good play for the Warhawks as they put the ball across the 30 to about the 35-yard line. As you get a look at the Charger cheerleaders, good first down effort for the Warhawks.
Scoreless with 5.5 to go in the first quarter. There's the inside handoff that doesn't get too much. Jason Lyda making the stop on the play. Andrew Pinnock was the carrier.
Pinnock is a pretty good sized fullback at 240. Just takes the reverse handoff from Cullen and does a good job just getting back to the line of scrimmage. You see Lytham all over him. The rest of that Ansonia defense, it'll be 2nd and 10 for the Warhawks.
For the And even 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Ansonia moved that football with Mike Bernabucci, but then gave it to Morrow, and he fumbled, and Bloomfield recovered. Quick pass, Cullen throwing sideline and out of bounds. Intended for number 4, Ian Whittingham.
Ball just sails a little bit as Ashley Cullen gets back. He releases it. You see Whittingham going straight down the sidelines, or excuse me, number 8, Titus Lumpkin, straight down the sidelines. Robert Bell on coverage. Going to have tough time throwing even when you're with the wind here, because the ball is going to sail a little bit. The wind coming right down almost the center of the field. It'll be a big 3rd and 10 for the Warhawks.
Lumpkin has 40 catches and 10 TDs on the season so far. Pitch to Davis. Cut back in. He looked to go outside. Gets tripped up. And we will have a 4th down coming up, and they're going to give up the football.
Watch now as the pitch comes to the outside. You get a pretty good lead to this outside by that offensive line, but the Chargers come up, finally trip up. Albert Davis short of that 1st down. It'd be a punting situation for the Warhawks.
Low end over end Coughlin at the 26 and falls. I don't know if he got tripped up or he just fell on his own. And with the score 0-0, Ansonia Bloomfield, 4:03 to go in the first quarter. Let's take time out for these messages. Take over right short of the 35, called the 34-yard line. See if they can move the football again, as they did earlier against Bloomfield. And Bernabucci again looks to go outside, has to cut back inside, and does not get very much, if anything, maybe a yard. At the bottom of the pod, James Riles.
Just coming on the blast. Again, you see Morrow trying to kick out here at the point of attack. They're running over Benjamin, Scarpa, and Froelich on that right offensive side, but the Warhawks do a good job as you get a look at the offensive and defensive line of scrimmage. Warhawks come up and stop. That'll be a 2nd about 9.
Into the flat to Coughlin. Gets a nice block to spring him for a couple of extra yards, and then the stop made by Ian Whittingham, linebacker for Bloomfield.
Coughlin will take the quick screen to the outside. Again, you get a good block there by number 72, Matt Scarpa. Oh, he opens the hole up, and then Whittingham comes up to make the stop. It'll be short of the 1st down. It'll be still about 3rd and about 5. So good job by, again, the Warhawk defense.
Out of the I formation, Richmond with the draw play to Bernabucci as a 1st down to the 45-yard line, and tripped up by Barry Montero, cornerback for the Bloomfield Warhawks.
Sits back in the draw. You see him, Bernabucci, wait, and then you got great blocking along the front. Look at that block by Morrow, opening up that hole again. Out in front of him, Scarpa, and then before he can turn the corner, Barry Montero comes up, makes the stop, but a 1st down as the Chargers cross into Warhawk territory.
Well, earlier today, Buddy Chernovich spoke to Coach John Hunt of Ansonia. Asked him, since Ansonia had played the Bloomfield last year, did he have to work against possible overconfidence?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I hope not. I mean, we watched them on film. We prepare as we prepare for anybody, and we're in the state championship game. That's what we're treating it as. I'd like to say hi to Ed. Get better soon.
Buddy Chernovich spoke to Coach Jack Cochran of the Bloomfield Warhawks and talked about the 4 games in 14 days format this year's CIAC, and what did the coach think about that?
I think it's tough. I think it's a disadvantage to those teams who play Thanksgiving, especially us who play the Saturday before. Now, you're expecting a lot. We have 3 freshmen starting today. We got a lot of young kids, and it takes a toll on them. I mean, we're banging with 4 great teams in 14 days, and I think a change should be made. It's a little too much.
So 2:29 remains here in the first quarter, and Buddy, Chargers certainly able to move the football, and that fumble really slowed down that drive and stopped it completely.
Yeah, they have, and they're going to be out inside the 50 of the Warhawks.
Well, once again, Bernabucci gets the football for about 3 yards. Stopped by linebacker Bruce Collins.
Straight eye again. They come with a little bit of a trap play as they get Benjamin and Scarpa out in front of Bernabucci. He picks up about 2 on that. As you get a look at that wind, it is gusting and almost down the center of the field right into the Chargers' face.
2nd and 8. Bernabucci.
Nah, they'd never believe me.
Again, the lead blocked by the fullbacks. They come outside. Watch Whittingham come right up inside of Morrow, stopping Bernabucci. He'll actually lose about a yard and bring up a 3rd down. The ball right.
Wide receivers left and right, and that's what he's going to try to do. He'll throw a little screen with no blockers out for Bernabucci, who gets the 1st down anyway. DeMont Kimball, defensive tackle, makes the stop. Made 145 tackles on the season.
This is the 2nd pass. I was wrong. He hit Coughlin just a minute ago, but he comes with the screen as Bernabucci just sits, waits for it, and then picks up pretty good blocking along the line. Avoids the tackle there. See number 56, the center coming over to help out, but coming across to make the stop, DeMont Kimball.
There's the draw play. Bernabucci is brought down, and we could see number James Riles, number 76, 265-pound junior. And the ball inside the 30-yard line will be about the 29 when we're about a half a minute to go in a scoreless 1st quarter here from Gestow Field. The Chargers had opening kickoff, did move down toward the goal line and fumbled it away, and they've got another drive going. Bernabucci looks to go outside, has to go back inside, and gets a few yards short of the 1st down. Just a...
Again, they followed a little bit of a pitch. Good blocking on the outside. You see again Morrow hitting Whittingham. Whittingham will come up and help out on the tackle. DeMont Kimball will get credit for it, but it'll be a 3rd and short here for the Chargers, about the 21.5 yard line.
And that will end the 1st quarter, and the score, Ansonia 0 and Bloomfield 0. We'll be back for the start of the 2nd quarter right after these messages. The 2nd quarter, Ansonia on the move. Luke Richmond gives off to Bernabucci once again off a right tackle. 1st down for the Chargers.
Bernabucci just comes off the right side. They come out of that power formation. Wishbone, Gregorio, and Morrow blocking for him. Picks up the 1st down as they cross inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Ansonia, their 2nd offensive possession. The 1st one ended with the turnover, but making do here in this 2nd possession. Again, back to the Wishbone.
Bernabucci stopped by Ian Whittingham for the Bloomfield Warhawks.
Again, they got Gregorio and Morrow leading Bernabucci as he comes around the corner. See Whittingham again coming from his safety position across to make the stop. About 5.5 yard gain on that 1st down carry for the Chargers. Get a look at the backs of that Warhawk defense right into the eyes of Luke Richmond.
Bernabucci straight up the middle. There'll be 5 still moving. Let's see where they blew that dead. They had not blown the whistle, and they're right close to the goal line. Bruce Collins with the stop.
Meadows and Collins are going to stop Bernabucci, but he is going to get a little extra here as it looks like he stopped, and then he's a little bit of burst of energy as he gets close to the 2-yard line on that carry. It'll be a 1st and goal for the Chargers. Excellent run by Mike Bernabucci, the senior.
Well, let's see if they give him the handoff. They do. Nothing doing that time. Jason Meadows, defensive end, 6'3", 225-pounder with the tackle.
Watch Meadows come from the bottom of your picture. He'll get Bernabucci right there short of the goal line, get some help inside also from Bruce Collins, but Jason Meadows with a good defensive play. It'll be a 2nd and goal for the Chargers.
You think they might give the ball to Bernabucci?
They've done a pretty good job so far. He goes to the opposite side. Looks like they're going to go left if he gets it.
Well, he sure did, but he's short. Ian Whittingham.
A lot of penetration from the side for that Warhawk defense as they're getting Bernabucci before he gets to the line. This time it's Whittingham. Watch, you can see as he crosses, he'll get Bernabucci right behind and prevents him from getting into the end zone. Good job. Last time it was Meadows. This time Whittingham. It's a 3rd and short again inside the 2 for the Chargers. They're going right if they give it to Bernabucci this time.
Right at the far eye. He's spinning and he's over. He'll be tired at the end of today, buddy.
Well, he got 201 yards on Tuesday, so they're going with what got him here. As Mike Bernabucci again will follow Gregorio and Morrow. Gets to the outside. Whittingham almost gets him. Also, Titus Lumpkin at the goal line has a shot, but Mike Bernabucci strong enough to pull himself into the end zone for the first score of this football game.
He injured on the goal line, buddy.
Great job for Bloomfield, and that sophomore is, when a sophomore can come up and do that for you, you really have to be thankful. And also, when you get a freshman like that young man who just came off, Meadows did a great job also.
Well, Zabino with the extra point, the hold by Richmond. So the score with 9:20.
Chargers all year.
And a fine defensive ball player, too. So the Bloomfield Warhawks, with just a tie on their record this year to mar that record. Jack Cochran is the head coach. His assistants, Robert Gibson, Leroy Bibby, Dale Sigler, Paul Waskiewicz, after having lost their last 2 playoff games very decisively to Seymour and last year to Ansonia. Davis, well, it will go into the end zone. He won't have a chance for a run back. Bloomfield puts it in play with a 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. 9:29 to go in the first half. Ansonia with a 7-0 lead.
Jason Sabina got that one up into the jet stream as he powered that one through the end zone. And Ansonia's going to enjoy excellent field position on the exchange.
Single setback. You'll get the pitch. That's Davis. A lot of lateral movement, but not much. And a flag going down.
Bloomfield went to the trips formation. As Brad just said, they get a lot of guys out to the right, and then they're trying to take advantage of the speed of Davis. See number 55, DeMont Kimball, pulling, trying to get his maximum amount of people around the corner, but Ansonia just closes that one down. Although for the Chargers, that penalty is going to cost them big, as it's a personal foul, and the ball will move up across the 30-yard line. It'll be a 1st down for the Bloomfield offensive football team.
So the Bloomfield Warhawks putting it in play with quarterback Ashley Cullen. Motion Whittingham to the right side. Give to Davis. Over the 30-yard line, close to the 31.
Davis just comes right behind his fullback, Pinnock, and picks up about 4. Lightham and looked like Riley and Geddes got a piece of him, but it'll pick up about 3.5 to 4 yards. You see Jack Hunt there talking to number 35, Kevin Gistari, as he comes off the field. 2nd down for the Warhawks.
2nd and 7. Working out of the I formation this time. In motion is Whittingham again. Give to Davis. Oh, off the left side. He's met by a couple of boys on the right side of that line, led by linebacker Jeff Gregorio.
Here's a wake-up call real early here as Davis comes up the middle, and Gregorio just says,
Whoa.
welcome to the finals.
Head on.
Jeff Gregorio has been doing that all year, the 6 foot, 215-pound senior. sends a wake-up call to Albert Davis.
3rd and 4. A little confusion in the backfield. Davis the only setback, and there's the throw incomplete at the 45-yard line. And underthrown.
Try and just get a turnout to Lorenzo Gilliam, and it just goes incomplete. Gilliam covered there by number 22, Andre Smith. It's a punting situation, and let's see how well we can do against the wind here, because he is kicking into a very stiff breeze.
Coughlin is deep at his own 32, and they'll kick it very low and let it bounce, and bounce dead close to the 35-yard line, where the Chargers will again take over on offense. With a score, Ansonia 7 and Bloomfield nothing. 7:20 to go, first half. We'll be back after the just outfield. There's the handoff, the delay. 10 to draw for Bernabucci, and James Ryle stops him. They were not fooled, and a flag going down, rather delayed flag. Oh. Dropped accidentally? Or the wind blew?
Little draw again. This time Bernabucci sits back, waits for the football, and then number 70, James Rawls, is in on the stop, and it's a loss, but the penalty is going to go against the Warhawks, and it will be a first down for the Chargers at the 45-yard line.
So both teams have had long penalties called against them. And the Chargers right at their own 45, leading at 7-0. And it's been the Mike Bernabucci show so far for the Chargers. He's the tailback, and a fake to him, and there's the throw to Coughlin. He's got it inbounds. Inbounds, and the Chargers first down close to the 30-yard line of Bloomfield.
Great fake inside. Luke Richmond comes off the play action, and then 6'4" Steve Coughlin is going to go up and take it away from Albert Davis at 5'8" for the reception. Ball crosses the 35. It'll be down at about the 32-yard line, but a great throw by Luke Richmond. Outstanding catch by Steve Coughlin. And the Chargers able to throw the football with the winds. You see Kevin Woods over on the sidelines talking about the players getting back away from the sidelines, and it will be a first down for the Chargers.
6:25 to go in the first half. Back to Mike Bernabucci. Moves lateral.
Down Bernabucci as he comes to the line of scrimmage. Right here, he gets a piece of him, and then he's finally going to get wrapped up by Barry Montero, but I wish I could give 65 credit. His name is not on the roster, so we cannot give you his name, but he's done a good job in there. As Luke Richmond comes back to the line of scrimmage, it'll be second about 11 for the Chargers.
Richmond looking to throw, goes short. His receiver, Coughlin. Gets to the 21-yard line. Dwayne Gordon with a tackle for Bloomfield.
Coughlin comes out of the slot, and he'll just slide to the flat. Luke Richmond will find him, hits him right in the numbers. Coughlin avoids a tackle and then just tries to get to the outside before he's finally wrapped up by Dwayne Gordon. Another first down for the Chargers inside the 20.
And about a little over 5 minutes to go in the first half. Chargers stay mostly on the ground, but Richmond has hit a couple of long gainers on the passes. Bernabucci, Ian Whittingham keeps trying to spin him down, and finally does. That Whittingham has been doing quite a job on defense for Bloomfield.
Again, Bernabucci is going to avoid a tackle here from number 5. Whittingham gets around his waist, and then Bernabucci pulls himself free to pick up a couple extra yards. About 5 in all for him, as ball just inside the 15.
2nd and 5 now for the Chargers. With the power eye, Bernabucci. Nothing doing that time. Jason Meadows with a tackle. 6'3", 225-pound junior.
Come out of that power formation wishbone. You see Meadows play off the block of the fullback Gregorio and make the stop. He's a big guy, as Brad just said. 6'3", 245, not bad size.
So 3rd and 5 for the Chargers with approaching the 4-minute mark. The fake handoff and the throw in the end zone, overthrown, intended for Coughlin. He was out there, pass coverage behind him.
Again, the fake to the fullback and to Gregorio at the tailback position, and then Luke Richmond throws this one over the head of Steve Coughlin. Even at 6'5", he's not going to get that one. And again, the wind has a lot to do with that. The ball will sail as he's throwing with the wind, but the wind carries that football a lot farther than the quarterback thinks it's going to go.
3 wide receivers that time, and the throw incomplete. Intended for his tight end, I think, Froelich. He was out there, but the throw was errant.
Good job by the Warhawks as the Chargers go to trips. You see Froelich backpedal, and then the ball is going to be thrown ahead. He cannot catch it, and the ball is going to go over to the Bloomfield football team. Their defense holds the Chargers, so it is 7-0 here as we get ready to, with 3:58, get near the end of this first half of football. You see Luke Richmond coming off the field. I don't know why Froelich was backpedaling there. He had an opportunity to catch it, did not. But the Warhawks stopped the Chargers.
Working out of the eye. Cullen, the quarterback, give to Davis. And he is met by Robert Bell, 6', 160-pound junior, and Travis Winder, 5'10", 185-pound senior.
Winder will come up very strong here as Davis breaks the line of scrimmage. You see him make the hit. He'll get help from a lot of other people, including Robert Bell, but first initial hit by Winder. 2nd down, about 5 for the Chargers.
Good pickup by Davis. It's the deep man once again. Oh, and a lot of movement. Let's see which way it's going to go.
Ball didn't move, so it's got to go against the white. They just had a lot of people in motion that time. The snap count obviously was misread by the center because everybody goes except for the football. And then when you have that happen, it's just a mistake by the offensive center. He just did not remember the snap count coming out. So it'll be a 2nd, about 10, negating that good run by Albert Davis to set up the 1st or 2nd and 5 as the Warhawks need a couple big plays here. They need some field position.
On 2nd and 10. Cullen calls the signals, gives to Davis. Spins for just a few. Jeff Gregorio making the initial stop.
Geddes is going to get in there along with Gregorio. Watch Geddes play off the block of the center and then come right back to make the stop. Good job by that defense. Bring up a 3rd, about 9. And again, the Warhawks did not want to have to punt into this wind.
Ansonia hoping to get another possession before the end of the first half, which is under 3 minutes. Single setback Davis, but Cullen is throwing way over the left side and hits a receiver.
Could be
between
a flag if there's no flag on that one.
Lorenzo Gillian with the reception.
Watch Gillian as he's going to push Robert Bell right out of the way. This ball sails as Cullen gets back. He throws it up and the ball comes down, but it takes a long time. Now watch here, number 8. For number 3, Gillian, he just pushes Bell out of the way, and he's going to get away with it. To his credit, he's going to get the 1st down. So nice pass from Ashley Cullen to his wide receiver, Lorenzo Gillian.
Ball just wobbled and got through its intended receiver with the help of just a little bit of a.
Had to file a flight plan on that one. That one was up for a while, and you see Jack Cochran, head football coach at Bloomfield. He's brought this football team into the playoffs the last 3 years, and he's done a great job with these young men. Last year, he brought a pretty veteran group, as you get a look at Pop Shortle there, but he brought a veteran group in last year, and he's got a lot of young players this year who are really performing very well for him and his football team. Pop Shortle, the legend of the Valley, and his grandson, Steve Coughlin, playing in this football game. His last game as an Ansonia Charger.
Chargers scoring the most points of anybody in the state this season, but the last 3 games so far, they just not been really able to get on track with those big scores. Beating Naugatuck 7-0, Sheehan 16-6, and leading 7-0. As the close of the first half are coming pretty close. Pretty close to an offside, too. Davis. He knocks Bell out of the way, but 2 of the Chargers are there to make the stop.
Watch Davis avoid Jason Sabina right here. He also gets good block. Bell comes up with the tackle along with Winder. Picks up about 4 yards for this Bloomfield offense. You get a look at the crowd here. They're bundled up. It's a pretty nippy day out here at just outfield.
Steve Coughlin also went on the stop. 2nd and 6 for Bloomfield. Pitch to Davis. Looking to go right side. And goes down at about the 45-yard line. Jason Lydham, defensive end, 6'1", 215-pound senior with the stop.
Davis is getting a workout. Number 4 on the lead for the Bloomfield Warhawks. Davis finally wrapped up by number 30, Jason Lydham, the defensive end. Brings up a 3rd down, about 1:25 left to go here in this first half.
5 to go for the first down for Bloomfield. Every time, if they don't make the first down, the Chargers get possession, and there's
nobody home.
Reverse. Well, the Chargers will recover and stop the play at the 45-yard line for the first down made.
Flags come in after this one, too. A lot of yellow flags coming in. They come on the double reverse, the pitch to number 1, Davis, and then he will hand off to Lumpkin, Titus Lumpkin. Lumpkin comes around the corner. You'll see number 22, Andre Smith. He's going to get clipped there by number 11, but face mask on the tackle, and that's going to move the football down to the 30-yard line. So a big offensive play. The reverse and the penalty have set up the Bloomfield offense on the Charger 30. 1 minute and 6 seconds left in this first half. A 7-0 football game. The Chargers on top.
Also negated just about any chance the Chargers would have to get the ball back before the end of the first half. Good field position now for Bloomfield.
That one looked like it went through about 7 bodies to get outside. That was a low trajectory on the throw as Cullen comes back. Watch how low this one is. I mean, it goes right through the line of scrimmage. Goes as an incompletion as they try to get a quick screen going there. And Jack Hunt, you look over his shoulder. His defense now is being asked to stop this Warhawk offensive drive.
2nd and 10 from the 30 with 45 seconds remaining in the first half. Ansonia with a 7-0 lead, but the Warhawks are on the move. Cullen throwing sideline, and it is
what an
intercepted
interception
by Coughlin.
He's in bounds.
Out of bounds.
What an interception by Steve Coughlin as he goes from his safety position. Will take the football going out of bounds as Cullen tries to get it up to the sidelines. Going down the sidelines, his receiver, number 3, Gilliam. And watch with this concentration, Steve Coughlin with the interception as he will take the ball out of bounds there, right out of the hands of his own receiver or own defensive back, Andre Smith, for the turnover. And the Chargers probably will take a knee here with 39 seconds left to go in this first half, and that's what they're going to do.
Let's see here. You got it. Too deep there.
Got Coughlin in the back of everyone, so that's a pretty good key. They're just going to take a knee and get in at halftime. And the Warhawks, I think, they're taking a timeout, but the Warhawks have to be pretty happy as to the way they've played defense in this football game. As you see, Steve Cochran took the timeout. He's going to force Ansonia to do something here. Jack Cochran has all 3 of his timeouts. He's used the first one. He's got 2 more. He could force the Chargers to punt the football with 33 seconds. So I think you're going to see Ansonia come out with some offensive plays here when they come back on the field. You see Bobby Lisi to Jack Hunt's right. Been with the head football coach in his own right a few years before he took a job that forced him to give up the head job, and Jack Hunt took over, and the Chargers have not looked back since Jack Hunt has come to the head. He's been in these state championships almost every year that he's been in Ansonia.
So the Chargers, I might say this was a surprise, the score just 7-0. Well, of course, we might be basing that on last year's 54-14 victory. And it looks like a different Bloomfield team, which has really played well, and they made some key defensive plays.
Well, let's say one thing. Bloomfield may have learned about playing in this football game and may not have come in taking the awe factor of the Chargers with their 22 or 23 game win streak, and they've come in and they've done a creditable job in this first half.
But so often that we've seen throughout the season and through the years, buddy, the second half is a completely different story after those coaches have a little discussion with their team. And they will have that discussion as the half ends here at Jestow Field, Southern Connecticut State College. And the score at halftime is Ansonia 7 and Bloomfield nothing. We'll be back for the halftime activities in just a moment. All the ball carrying and a few passes from Luke Richmond, but the key pass on fourth down deep in Bloomfield territory, Froelich couldn't come up with it, and the Charger drive had stalled after a very concerted drive that got him the only score of the game so far. This Bloomfield defense has been able to hold the Chargers, though the Chargers have been able to move that football. But they have come up with some key tackles, a very big defensive unit for Bloomfield.
Interesting that the Chargers received the opening kickoff, and they're going to receive the kickoff in the second half. So Bloomfield has decided to give the football and take the wind in this second half.
The Chargers will take possession as Toulis kicks off and gets it to Coughlin at about the 12. Moves to his left. Made one tackle, two tackles, and he's going to be caught up with by DeMont Kimball, number 55. One of the captains of the Bloomfield Warhawks. Playing in his final game with the team coached by Jack Cochran.
Ball short of the 20, so an excellent job by that special teams unit to get down the field, and the Chargers will start short of the 19-yard line.
Working out of the eye, and Bernabucci with the carry. Cuts to the left side after the first down, and wrestled out from behind by Titus Lumpkin, the safety man.
Good job, as Bernabucci lost a little bit of his name on the back of his jersey, but follows Morrow to the right side, avoids a tackle there from DeMont Kimball, and then breaks back to the near side of the field before Titus Lumpkin will drag him to the ground. A first down, ball at the 35.
Out of the eye. That time, Dwight Freeney, one of the Bloomfield defenders, to be there with about 3 or 4 others.
They come over that left side. No place to go as the white jerseys just stop the forward progress of Mike Bernabucci. You see Meadows and company for no gain. It's a second down.
Out of the T formation this time. And they're with a slant play going from right to left. Dwight Freeney again stops the play of Bernabucci.
Come back with the counter, and number 44. You see the kick out block by number 69, Chabasco Riley, but number 44, Dwight Freeney, sitting in the hole, and it's about a 2-yard gain, but a big third down here for the Chargers.
Albert Bell is out to the left side, Coughlin to the right. Looking for Coughlin and hitting him at the 45-yard line. And then the ball squirts loose.
Coughlin comes to the outside, just does a turnout, and Richmond hits him a little low with the pass. And as Steve catches the football, or attempts to catch the football, he gets hit pretty good and does not hold onto it. That's Albert Davis in on coverage. So the Chargers will be punting into the wind as Luke Richmond gets back at his own 25, and he's going to kick into a pretty stiff breeze.
From his own 25-yard line.
Not going to go very far.
It's at the 49-yard line. The Chargers will down it, and they...
Ball hit one of the white jerseys. Could have been number 5, Anthony Toulis, but it bounced. The official said that it bounced off of one of the Warhawks. The Chargers come up with the recovery just inside the 50 on the 49-yard line. If we could get that back on replay at some time. I did not think it hit anyone, but the jerseys were closer, the stripes were closer than I was, and the Chargers have the football.
Bernabucci. Tough few yards on that to about 46. James Riles for the initial stop for Bloomfield. You think that last play was in Coach Hunt's playbook, buddy?
Well, when the ball is short like that, that happens quite a bit because the defense is not aware of it if you're not told by your fellow defensive players. That's why in most teams you'll fire something to communicate, and the ball just came down. The kick only went about 15 yards, and that happens an awful lot of the time.
It'll work well for the Chargers. Oh, they get nothing on this one. James Riles.
Riles just takes the fullback, Chris Morrow, to the turf. No gain. It's another big third down for the Chargers, as this Warhawk defense has done a good job in this football game of containing the offense of the Chargers. Luke Richmond's going to come into the huddle a little bit late. They got to get a play off real quickly. They're going to take a delay a game penalty. They're up and out of the huddle very quickly.
Coughlin a few yards off the line, out to the left side. Richmond looks that way, now goes for a short one, incomplete.
Tempted to go to Jason Lightham on the little bit of a tight end screen, and he does not hold on to it. And the Chargers going to be forced to punt again after getting a big break on that punt. Ball right through the hands of Jason Lightham, and he's looking back into the sun. Tough to pick it up, but it's an incompletion, and Luke Richmond is going to be back to punt, this time on his own 40. Last time he got off about a 12 to 15-yard punt. We'll see what he does this time. Ooh, he gets a rocket
away.
ship.
Just got it away, and it's a beaut. It's going to hit at about the 6-yard line and bounce into the end zone.
We're going to get a roughing the kicker. So, boy, I'll tell you, they just can't get out of their own way here. The Warhawks with another costly mistake, and it's going to give the Chargers a first down. Watch this Luke Richmond. He gets off a rocket. The ball will go into the end zone, but number 44, Whittingham, gets all of Luke Richmond. There's no question on this one. And that is a roughing the kicker. It will be a first down, and the Chargers are going to have the ball down inside the 35, about close to the 30-yard line, as Luke Richmond limping a little bit after that last collision with Ian Whittingham. Whittingham coming from his defensive end position, getting the roughing the kicker call.
It's like Bloomfield doesn't want the football. Chargers, 2 breaks for them, as Bernabucci is met by Ian Whittingham. Gets him, drives him back past the line. Let's see where the forward motion went.
Watch Whittingham just come clean into the backfield. He gets all of Bernabucci right at the line of scrimmage there, and it will be a 2nd and 10. Chargers going into the win, so it's a kind of a blessing for their offense that they've been able to catch the 2 breaks that they have. They have not had to worry about that wind right yet, and they're going to have that wind at their back in this 4th quarter.
Bernabucci. Looked like he had some running room, but Dwayne Gordon got him at the shoe tops.
Bernabucci will come and then try and come into the line, then come to the near side, and watch number 6, Dwayne Gordon. As he goes down, he gets the leg of Bernabucci into his stomach, and he is down on the turf after making that tackle. It'll be a 3rd down, about 8 for the Charger offense, and realistically, they have caught a couple of breaks here. They should not have the football. They are not doing a very good job of moving the football here as we begin this third quarter. You see Gordon getting up and coming off the field. He took a foot in the chest as he made that tackle on Mike Bernabucci.
7:17 to go in the third quarter. Ansonia, which led at the half, 7-0. We're still at that same score. And the Chargers on 2 punts. One where one of the players facing away from the ball, of course, had it deflect off of him, and then the roughing the kicker. And a little momentum and getting the first down, apparently. Mike Bernabucci. Kimball to stop.
Ball just short of the 20 as they come on the option. Good job by Luke Richmond getting the ball to the outside, and then Gregorio leading Bernabucci around the corner. He's going to come up just short of that first down, so it'll be a fourth, very short ball close to the 21-yard line. Chargers come out with that 3-back offensive set.
Bernabucci gets it with a few to spare. Inside the 15-yard line.
Gregorio and Morrow leading Bernabucci around that right side for the first down, as Bernabucci will sidestep a couple of tackles right at the line of scrimmage, and then he follows the blocking of Riley and company to pick up the yardage necessary for the first down. Ball right at about the 15-yard line. Chargers beginning this third quarter with this drive, and they are trying to put some distance between themselves and the Warhawks.
All right, Bernabucci fumbles.
It's going to be interesting. It looks like two people have it here, and it's going to go to the white as Bernabucci gave it up and then tried to recover, lost the football inside the 10-yard line. Bernabucci again following Morrow and Gregorio. Watch the ball get stripped right as he comes here. The ball just knocked out, and then looks like the recovery by Ian Whittingham for the Warhawks as you get a look at the Charger group on this near side, and the Warhawks have dodged another bullet as they get ready to go.
It's a strange possession for the Chargers on that one. But Bloomfield deep in their own territory. All right, Davis, as he is racked up on the play. Number 32, Jeff Gregorio, 6 foot, 215-pound senior.
Power eye here also for the Warhawks, as when Davis gets to the line of scrimmage, he runs into number 32. You got Collins, number 54, leading. He's a lineman in the backfield trying to provide an opening for Davis, but Jeff Gregorio just met him right at the line of scrimmage.
Did get 1 yard on the play, a very tough one on the 11-yard line, or just short of the 11, we'll call it that. So Bloomfield, which trails 7-0.
Bruce Collins is banged up as he is down. He was the lead back on that last play, and he was unable to get off the field, and that's what the timeout is at this point. As you see there, Coach Cochran and his medical staff taking a look at the lead back at on that block, Bruce Collins, number 54.
Ansonia leading. Bloomfield Warhawks 7-0 here in the third quarter. 5:14 remains, and we'll be back right after these messages off the field for Bloomfield Warhawks. And Warhawk ball with a 2nd and 9. Their own 11-yard line. Single setback. Albert Davis. Wide receivers left and right. Slot by Whittingham. And they turned the wrong way, but wouldn't have hit him anyway. Intended for Titus Lumpkin. 6 foot, 175-pound senior tri-captain.
Andre Smith on coverage, but as Brad said, this ball's thrown way behind. Lumpkin has no opportunity to get to the football. 4:58 left to go in this third quarter with the Chargers enjoying that 7-0 lead. It's a big third down here for the Warhawks. They need about 9 to maintain possession. First time they've touched the ball here in this third period.
I wouldn't say Ansonia's enjoying this lead. It's sort of tenuous as the Bloomfield Warhawks have possession. Big play. Throw, got the receiver, but batted away. Batted away at the last moment by Robert Bell. Intended for Lumpkin.
Cullen sits back in the pocket, tries to get the ball to the first down markers. You see number 8 there, Lumpkin, get turned around, but Robert Bell with a good defensive play is going to bring up a punting situation for the Bloomfield Warhawks. You get a look at that sideline. The Chargers, a couple big plays in this third quarter, but they haven't been able to take advantage of it, and the Warhawks will be forced to punt the football back to Ansonia. Deep is Coughlin and Bernabucci.
Coughlin. And runs out of running room inside the 25-yard line. Excellent field position. Tinsley, first man there to run him out.
Steve gets the football, and Bernabucci will lead him to this near side. Gets a couple good blocks as he gets inside the 20-yard line. Right at about the 23 before Tinsley runs him out of bounds.
Mark it at about the 23. Coming around, Coughlin to the 20. Inside the 20, close to the 18-yard line. So good pickup as Bruce Collins back in to the lineup makes the stop.
Inside scissors as they come back with Coughlin to the near side. He'll get wrapped up by Bruce Collins. Doesn't pick up, well, picks up about 5 on a good effort by Steve Coughlin carrying that football.
A little over 4 minutes remains in the third quarter. Bernabucci back to handling the football, carrying it. Picks up a few more, and it's first down.
James Rawls is going to get the tackle, but Mike Bernabucci gets good blockings. He picks up that first down. Ball inside the 15-yard line, and the Chargers would like to get another touchdown here. There's 2 touchdowns. You look at Steve Cochran on the sidelines. Again, his football team has done a great job here this afternoon against the Charger offense.
First and 10 from the 12. To the 10. Bernabucci carrying off the right side.
Wish we could do a split screen with Coach Cochran on the sidelines, because he's picked up what we picked up earlier. And when Bernabucci is on the left, the Chargers go right, just like they are here, because Bernabucci is pretty much exclusively carrying the football out of that single back or the triple back, and he is trying to tell his defense just before the snap of the ball which side the Chargers are going, and he's been pretty successful with this. They go unbalanced here to the right side.
2nd and 8. Bernabucci fades one tackle. That slows him up, however, and in to make that stop.
DeMont Kimball, number 55, will come through the wash here as Morrow tries to kick out. Bernabucci gets a hand there, but number 55, DeMont Kimball with the stop, and it will be another 3rd and long for the Ansonia offense. As got to take your hats off to this Warhawk defense. They have played an outstanding game there. Backs have been to the wall, especially in this drive, but they have come up big throughout this third period.
3rd and 11.
The option went nowhere that time. See number 7 there for Ansonia, Cortez Johnson, as he comes in and takes the pitch from number 12, Luke Richmond. Richmond gets drilled by Jason Meadows as he releases the football, and the defense closes that play down for no gain. So it's going to be a 4th and 10. The ball inside the 15 at about the 13-yard line. They got to get to about the 13 for a first down.
Coughlin.
He's going to be short.
He's definitely short, and they're going to give up the football.
Albert Davis is one of the men in on coverage as Steven comes to the flat, just a turnout route. He does not have enough when he catches the football. And watch Davis go up, almost knocks it down, and then he gets help on the tackle from number 6, Dwayne Gordon, but the ball will go over to the Warhawks.
Now let's take a look at the Cable 10 from the New Britain-Shelton game, the play of the week.
Cable 10 Sports play of the week.
Big play coming up for Wysocki, and the New Britain Hurricanes pumps once, has the time, and is throwing. Interception by the Gales. Wilson again. Down the sideline he goes, and the Gales are in excellent field position.
Jason Wilson sat back in the zone. He has had a couple big plays for the Gales as he's being mobbed on the sidelines. Wysocki steps out of traffic, tries to get the ball deep. Look at Wilson backpedal, make the reception, and then turns in a great return. He's finally going to get run out of bounds by number 87.
From the 5-yard line, Bloomfield takes over, and they've got Davis, the D-man, in the end zone in the set position. Send a man in motion to the right side, and Davis has some blocks and will get the first down, and we run out of bounds.
This game was one play away from being tied with this guy, Albert Davis, because this guy can scamper, and he gets to the corner. He's going to win a foot race here as number 1 comes out of the end zone. Whittingham will block for him, and he turns the corner and almost breaks it. You see Stephen Coughlin coming over and finally ridden out of bounds by, looked like number 23, Jason Sabina, but it's a first down about the 17-yard line for the Warhawks.
And a minute to go in the third quarter. Ansonia hanging on to a 7-0 lead. And a motion to the right side. There's Davis. Oh, and one of the Chargers broke through.
Defensive end gets a piece of him there as Albert Davis. He's not very big in size, but he's got some great wheels. Watch number 30, Jason Lynham, come off the block of number 4, Whittingham, and makes the stop on Albert Davis. Davis is only 5'8", goes at 195 according to the program. I don't think he's 195.
Or 5'8".
They must have weighed him with a lot of weight in his pocket, but he's got some wheels.
2nd and 8 for Bloomfield. Fake to Davis. Cullen is throwing and incomplete. Got his receiver sandwiched right in between a couple of Chargers.
Right down the center of the field, he gets a good fake. He stays at the play fake, and then Cullen delivers the ball, goes up for it, number 35 there for the catch. Wish I could give 35 credit, but he is not in the program also, making it a tough day for yours truly and Brad
everybody.
Harris trying to find out who's playing in this one for the white jersey, but almost comes down with the reception.
3rd and 8. Got to come up with the first down and give up the football. And there's Davis handing off. And they will be way, way short of the first down. So the double reverse does not work.
Davis will hand back to number 8, Titus Lumpkin. Lumpkin really runs into problems and then just tries to dump back up into the middle. You see Lightham will get credit for the stop there along with Steve Coughlin, but it'll bring up a 3rd down about 8 yards, very close to the end of this third quarter, as a holding penalty will be refused by the Chargers. So the clock will wind up and they will not get a playoff unless they take a timeout. And I might waste 2 timeouts here to kick with the wind, but they're going to let the third quarter run out and it's going to end. Or, excuse me, they're going to take a timeout just before it does. I thought you might take a timeout on 4th down, get a chance to kick with the wind.
Let's see, the players are still on the field. Are they going to... See, they got the timeout before the clock ran out. Yeah, but the clock says 0 on it. So
they're going to get a second or 2 foot back on it, I think, so that they can punt the football. We may be wrong. The clock may have run out. We will see here, but they the way they are going about looking at the football, they have ended this third quarter.
And our score at the end of the third quarter, it's official now, buddy, is Ansonia 7 and Bloomfield nothing. And we'll be back with the fourth quarter right after these messages.
Nah, they got a time. I see they ran the down markers all the way down there. They don't know what they're doing here. They have no. The down now they're bringing the down markers back. Get a shot of this. Here come the guys. This 6-stripe jerseys bringing the down markers all the way back because they still have a second. The other guy said it was over. Okay.
Well, we might be in the fourth quarter, buddy.
They haven't moved the ball, so we're still in the third. They have no time on the clock. Now they have 10 minutes on the clock, so there's probably a second or two left. 2 seconds
yeah,
left.
it says 2 seconds now. We finally got the word. PA and the timekeeper. And Conklin tries to grab it on the run, and he's diving for it. Let's see if he came up with it. Very chancy play, you know, you try to get the momentum, but you've got to have possession of that football first.
Watch as Steven comes over the ball at its highest point. He just doesn't hold on to it, and then he does a great job of getting back and covering it just before he gets hit in the back right there from number 6 for this Warhawk football team, and that's Dwayne Gordon.
And he's down again.
This looks like we got an end here, finally, to this third period.
Our score, Ansonia 7 and Bloomfield nothing. Brad Harris and Buddy Chernovitz with doubleheader action on the final day of the season, 1995. And we'll be back in just a few moments.
They are really just one play away from tying this football game.
Ashley Cullen, the quarterback. Fake to Davis. The keeper by Cullen has a lot of running room around that right side. Goes close to the pylon for the first down, or close to it. And finally run out by Conklin, the safety man.
Good fake, and then Lightham gets pinned inside, so there's no outside contain. You see Whittingham in on the block, and then Cullen will get around the corner before the safety comes over to run him out of bounds short of that first down marker, but a second and short ball almost at midfield for the Warhawks.
Just short of the first down by 1. Davis will get it and cuts the corner, and Conklin pushes him out of bounds inside the 35-yard line.
Warhawks have come alive here after that interception, and watch now as Davis comes around the corner. He outdistances himself from the linebackers, gets a pretty good block there, and then turns to the sideline. You see Bell getting pinned inside before Steve Coughlin comes over and runs him out of bounds, but the ball inside the 35 at about the 33-yard line, and this Warhawk team has hung in, and they're getting their opportunity right now to get back even in this football game.
So we have a 1st and 10 from the 33, 10:40 to go in the game. Ansonia holding on to a 7-0 lead. That was during the first half. Davis single set by the quarterback sneak.
Cullen just goes straight ahead on that first down.
Just wanted to get the first down.
Just straight ahead. He must have seen an opening there because it's 1st and 10, but he picks up a couple on that one as Ashley Cullen, the senior, a couple big plays here as we begin this drive in the fourth quarter. 10:22 left in this football game. The Chargers holding on to a tenuous 7-0 lead. Warhawks, after that interception, have moved the football into Ansonia territory.
Ashley Cullen out of the eye. Davis, whoa.
He ran into a brick wall.
Chargers ready for that one.
By the names of Riley and Geddes and Lightham and Froelich and company. Whittingham kicks out. A good block by Whittingham, but really Davis did not turn up inside of that block, actually ran into it, and it'll be a 3rd down here. Big 3rd down for the Warhawk offense. They need to get inside the 25 to about the 24-yard line. So Ashley Cullen has to come up big right now.
3rd and 9. Davis is the only setback. 3 receivers out to the right side.
Where is the ball?
Interception inside the 20-yard line.
A great play. They got what is called the, I wish I had the right name for it, but the center is just going to drop the ball down, and it's going to be picked up by the guard.
Kimball.
Fumble Ruski for the 1st down inside the 20. We got to get that one up again as number 55, Damon Kimball, picks up the 1st down on the fumble Ruski. Nebraska made that play famous, and right now the Warhawks have that in their offensive playbook.
To the 30-yard line, 9 minutes to go. Davis, nothing doing as he gets slowed up, and that gives the Chargers time for the defenders to get in there. Stop it after not much of a gain by Davis.
I don't know who knocks Kevin Justari down, but watch number 35. He's going to get turtled if you can get it. There he is, picking himself up, but the Chargers close down. You see Lightham, and then over comes Gregorio to make the stop. It'll be a 2nd down ball just inside the 20, but somebody knocked Kevin to the turf. Good job, though, by the rest of the Chargers covering up as Davis could not get to the outside and turn the corner.
Wound up at the line of scrimmage, so no gain. That formation as Davis is going to throw. Left-handed. Whoa, it's an interception by Coughlin. Bad play.
Davis never really made it look like a pass, and the Ansonia defense was not fooled. Steve Coughlin stays at home in a safety position, goes up and makes the interception, and it stops the drive of the Bloomfield Warhawks. Watch now as Davis never really makes this look like a run. He stops. Froelich, though, gets up into him, and the ball just held by the wind. See Titus Lumpkin behind in the end zone, but Steven goes up at the high point. Gilliam will make the stop along with help from Freeney, but Ansonia dodges the bullet here as they got the ball on their own 5-yard line. You see Jack Cochran there, the head coach, needs to get this football back.
Coughlin meets Davis, who slows him up. And we have the 2nd down coming up, and the pickup on the play of about 5.
Have not seen Stephen Coughlin in the backfield taking a handoff. He is there this time. You see Davis just stick his nose right into the numbers, making the stop, but it's about a 5-yard gain for the Chargers. Luke Richmond getting the play from the sidelines back into the huddle here. The Chargers really don't have to score, but they would like to do something positive here just to get some field position.
Coughlin looking for some running room, and he gets it. And then runs out of running room after the 1st down over the 25-yard line.
Coughlin again comes out of that eye back. He's got the blocking of Morrow. You see Gregorio there with the 1st hit, and then he turns the corner, picks up the 1st down. A lot of Chargers standing around. As you see Morrow trying to get another shot in there, but it's a 1st down as they cross the 20 to about the 23.5-yard line. And the Chargers, Steve Coughlin has come into that backfield to spark the running attack.
Again, Steve, not a second effort to get a lot of yardage on the play.
Whether they've gone away from Mike Bernabucci because of an injury or they're going for the size of Steve Coughlin, whatever the reason, Steven has answered as he comes right up the gut, follows his blockers, picks up another 9 yards across the 30 to about the 32-yard line. And this drive starting at the 5, and Steven has been responsible to get the ball out to the 32.
The Chargers have a 7-0 lead and a little over 6 minutes to go in the game. They have possession, and that clock's going to become important very, very shortly. And again, good hole opening for Coughlin.
Steven comes hard as Titus Lumpkin will make the stop, but again he follows Gregorio and Morrow. Looked like a face mask in there as Dwayne Gordon also in on the stop. Another first down for the Chargers. Pop Shorto rooting on his grandson, who's just come in here and is carrying the football exclusively in this drive.
Again, this time it did not work. Ian Whittingham, safety man, in for the stop.
Whittingham comes through a gap and just finds Stephen before he can even break the line of scrimmage. Right there, took about 2 steps and lucky to hold on to the football. Lost about 4 on that one. It'll be a second, about 14. Surprised that Stephen just needs a break here. He's carrying that football. That's 5 straight carries, and he's running tough yardage as he's still in there behind Gregorio and Morrow. Whoops. Little mistake there by the Warhawks. They're going to pick up Ansonia, an easy 5 on that one.
Only at a 2nd and 14, should bring up a 2nd and 9.
James Riles was offsides there, stepped into the neutral zone, so the Chargers will pick up the 5 that they lost on that great play by Ian Whittingham. It'll be a 2nd and 9 ball. You can see nose of the football right on the Charger 40-yard line. That running attack keeps this clock moving. We're down under 5 minutes in this football game.
Bloomfield has to get hold of that football. They've had their opportunities, and that interception by Coughlin did it. Davis just throwing a wobbler up there in the wind. Coughlin again. He's trying to find something, and let's find a few yards. Went down along the sideline. Barry Montero.
Montero will get a piece of Stephen as he comes to the side. Number 12 will come up and get a hand in there. You see him grab a leg and then knocks him to the turf. Be about 6 yards short of that first down with a big 3rd down here, and ball sitting on about the 43.5-yard line. Luke Richmond now has not had great success throwing, but they may put the ball up here.
All right, it's Coughlin. Fights for the first down. He's got it. Big play. Jason Meadows made the stop, and Coughlin carried him a couple yards.
Stevens doing everything, including making that referee signal as he comes on a little bit of a counter, follows Gregorio, and pulls ahead for the first down. He breaks the tackle there from Dwayne Gordon. Finally, number 76, Jason Meadows and company run into the turf, but it's a big first down as the ball inside of Warhawk territory.
Coughlin again. Crowd gasping fumble.
Coughlin getting finally someone of Jimmy Froelich comes over to give him a hand to get him up because he's doing everything in this drive. Picks up about 3 or 4. You see the hand in by Dwight Freeney trying to strip the football, but ball down at the 45. Chargers second, about 7 on this drive that has been the Steve Coughlin drive, starting at their own 5-yard line. They moved it out to the 45 of the Warhawks.
Well, that time he did fumble. And let's see, this is going to be a big one. Came up with the football, Tullis.
Poor exchange between Richmond and Coughlin as Stephen never has the ball in his stomach. Watch, it's going to just bounce right out. He never has it. And it goes as a fumble and a recovery by the Warhawks at the 46.
And we'll be back for the final 2 minutes, 56 seconds of this ball game after these messages. Ball on the 46-yard line. Davis carrying around his left end. Has some blockers out there and keeps spinning to the 35 to the 31-yard line. 3 of the Chargers finally bringing him out of bounds. He just ran out of room.
Joseph Lascari gets credit for the tackle as, again, Davis has some wheels and he uses his speed to get to the outside and then does a nifty job of avoiding some contact before he is wrestled out of bounds at about the 31-yard line. Look at him cut back there. Finally wrapped up by Gregorio and company, but it's a first down.
Davis going the other way. Still moving. Ooh, just short of the first down.
There's a lot of blue jerseys who missed the shot at this guy as he came around the corner. He is elusive, to say the least. Watch now as he avoids a tackle here from number 22 as he makes Smith miss. He makes gets another miss there as Stephen Coughlin finally rolls into the turf, but it's a 2nd and short for the Warhawks.
The 23. Davis go to the left side. Still moving. Coughlin, the only one to save it for the Chargers inside the 10-yard line.
This is the number 1 and number 4 show, and they're going to meet here as Albert Davis from the 30 turns the corner. He's going to run into the guy who's been carrying the football for the Chargers, who makes a big defensive play, Steve Coughlin, right there. But the ball inside the 10, down at about the 9-yard line. The Chargers taking timeout. They are winded. They are a tired football team right now with 1:55 left to go. Jack Hunt in the middle talking to his defense. And this has been a great 4th period.
Well, Davis doesn't look like he's winded at all. He's just getting that 2nd wind, and boy, has he got some yardage today. Steve Coughlin been doing offense, defense all day today. He's going to be honored at the Downtown Athletic Club in New York City on December 11th. The 10th annual Heisman High School All-Star Team. He's one of 2 Connecticut football players so honored. And the high scorer in the state, Rashawn Spikes of Maloney, is the other Connecticut player. So congratulations, Steve Coughlin, Rashawn Spikes.
1st and goal, and what a way to end a Class S championship. Right here, it's on the table.
Goal from about the 9. Davis going to the right side. Oh, what a breakthrough by the Chargers to stop that play.
Great job by number 40. Jamin Thomas comes from his defensive end position and makes a big play on Davis. Watch Thomas come through, voids the block by number 55, DeMont Kimball, and makes a big play. Now it is 2nd and 15.
1:23 to go. Late substitution. Quick throw. It is going to be a flag. It looks like a score.
He turned up too early. There is no question about it. As he went to the sideline, he started up the field, and that's going to go against the Warhawks. Watch now as he's already in motion toward the goal line long before the ball was snapped. That's Gilliam, and that young man, Lorenzo Gilliam, and that young man is not going to forget that mistake because he's in the end zone with what might be the tying touchdown, and it's going to move the ball back 5 yards, so it's going to be a 2nd now and 20. Watch Gilliam again as he is already across the line of scrimmage before the ball is really snapped, but a great throw by Ashley Cullen is going to be negated by the penalty.
Put the ball back at the 20-yard line. 1:15 to go. 2nd and 15 for Bloomfield. Cullen. And they knocked the ball down and loose. Let's see if it's going to be ruled a fumble or incomplete pass.
It's going to go as an incompletion. You see Kevin Woods making that signal that the ball is incomplete. The pocket just collapses around Ashley Cullen as he sits back in there. Watch the blue jerseys finally get to him and put the pressure, knocking the ball down. Looked like number 64 was first to get in there, and that's Robert O'Neill, who'll get credit for the pressure, and it will bring up a 3rd. They've got to get to the goal line with 1:09 left to go.
It's 3rd and 15.
Ball's on the 20, and they've got to get ball 20 yards to get a score.
In formation with those backs set deep. Let's see what kind of play Cullen is going to... Oh, gets away from one tackle, but I don't think that was the play that was planned, buddy.
No, it looked like there was a mistake because I don't think Ashley Cullen is going to run the ball in the end zone. Going to bring up a 4th down as you see Cullen comes out. He looks like he wanted to hand the football off. You see Zabina get a hand on him, but then everything is going to collapse as he gets pressured, finally knocked down by number 71, Mike Geddes, the nose guard, and it will bring up a 4th down for the Warhawks, and this is it. They have to score here or this one is all over because the Chargers will just have to sit on the football with 57 seconds left in this 4th period. And I got to take my hat off to this Bloomfield Warhawk football team. They have done a creditable job in this game. They came in with 2 years of agony behind them. One Seymour Wildcats gave them a pretty good beating 2 years ago. Last year, this Charger football team delivered a pretty good defeat. And today, the Warhawks have just done a great job, and they've just been one play away. They had a tie, but the ball came back on a penalty, and right now they need a touchdown. This is the last offensive play of the football game for the Warhawks.
Let's see if you're going to let Davis run it or go to the air. Got to get to that goal line. Davis in motion.
They're going to try and throw it up to him here.
And they do, and it's intercepted by Bell. I think they knew it was coming, buddy.
Well, you got one shot. You need
right.
You're down to the last play. You got to get in the end zone.
As soon as they sent Davis in motion, it was pretty obvious what they were going to do.
He's down on the sidelines right there, but as he goes down, he tries to get to this near corner of the end zone. Cullen just doesn't get the ball to him. Again, throwing into the wind. It is a tough throw, but Robert Bell steps up inside. You'll see Davis come back to make the stop. Actually knocked the ball loose, but the ball is going to go over near Ansonia with 49 seconds left to go, and the Chargers are going to take the Class S State CIAC Championship back to the Ansonia Chargers, and it is another back-to-back CIAC championship for this football team.
49 seconds remains on the clock. It's a new policy this year in the playoffs with the 2 games, the semifinal games. Ansonia beating Sheehan and Bloomfield beating Putnam to get into the final game. But what a game played by Albert Davis. We might start to wonder. At this point, buddy. I forgot what I was.
Well, Albert Davis going off the field. Let me just interrupt,
right.
but that young man has just played an outstanding football game. He's only a sophomore. He's going to be back for 2 more years, but he almost was the difference for the Warhawks.
Well, he was running right and left getting yardage, and then they went to some other plays, and well, they supposedly scored the touchdown, albeit that it was on the penalty that was pretty easy to detect, and that's what really gave them the score. What a game by Davis and the Charger defense. They really rallied around, and a couple of key tackles because you had mentioned how tired that Ansonia defense was, and a couple of New Jerseys went in there and helped to do the job. 17 seconds remain. And don't forget to stay tuned for the Blanchett's Player of the Game Award, the outstanding player in this ball game. It's chosen by Buddy and myself. The time is running down and running out. The final score, the Class S CIAC Championship in 1995. Ansonia the victor, Ansonia 7 and Bloomfield nothing. And we'll be back for the Player of the Game Award right after these messages. Another championship.